Hey there, cheers and happy New Year's Eve. By the time you see this, it will be New Year's 2020. We just wrapped up our online NYE Facebook party. It's our one word Facebook party. And so I thought I would come back here to YouTube and share with you some of the one word ideas people shared there and also share my one word with you. So I love the one word thing. This is my third year doing this now, and I think it's so awesome. It's such a great thing to do, you know, in addition to the resolutions that we all make and none of us keep, in the most part, you know, like 8% of us say we keep them. You know, one words are actually a really powerful way to theme your year and really give yourself a super focus on something that you want to change, you know, a way that you want to, a new way of being, you know, and that's really how I see it. If you want to really adopt a new way of being and you want to say to yourself, by the end of 2020, I want to be this kind of person. One word's an awesome way to do that. So let's do a recap of this. In 2018, my one word was purposeful. And that's because ADS, my business, the ADS agency, was such a new thing that, you know, and I started it 2016, 2017. That first year was such a haphazard experience because I had not planned to start this business. It was such, I mean, if you want to hear the story of how I started this business, there are many links to that now, but I'll link to a couple below for you so you can hear the story if you like. But ADS wasn't supposed to happen at that time, and I had no plans for it, not done any research for it. So that first year was like sink or swim, honey. It was like, you know, it was touch and go. It was like do or die, you know, kind of a thing. And amazingly, it was a survival year and we made it. Like it actually worked. And so that second year of business in 2018, I really wanted that to be a purposeful year because the first year was so crazy. So in 2018, I was like, okay, we survived year one. Let's make this year very, very purposeful. So that's what that was about. 2019, my one word was gratefulness. And it was all because, and I'll link to these below too if you'd like to hear more about it. One thing that Brene Brown said, who is the vulnerability expert, vulnerability. She is super tight with Oprah, so jealous of that. And she said she will not even talk about joy without talking about gratefulness, because the two are inextricably related. Gratefulness and joy are inextricably related. She said that, and I was like, you know what? I think I need more joy in my life, you know, because being a scrappy little entrepreneur and trying to make it and work hard and you're the everything in your business. I mean, really, I was like, gosh, you know, it can be so hard just to be working like a little workhorse all the time. And I was like, in 2019, I just want more joy. If I could pick one thing, I want more joy. And so when I heard Brene Brown say that gratefulness is inextricably related to joy, I instantly thought about this gratefulness journal that I had started, you know, a couple years back, and I sort of did it here and there, but not really consistently. And I remember the times when I did it, it was a really good experience, you know, to actually specifically think of what you're grateful for in that day and beyond all the logical things that you're supposed to think of. You're grateful for your friends and your family and your life and your health and your strength and blah, blah, blah. But beyond all the surface level macro things that we know we're grateful for, logically, to really have heartfelt, detailed, specific things each day, even small things, but sometimes the things that can make you bring tears to your eyes, was an amazing experience. And so this year, 2019, which could have easily been viewed as like the worst year ever, turned out to be the best year ever. The best year in my business financially. This past quarter was amazing. And so many things happened where I'm like, gosh, look at all of this wonderfulness around you. Gratefulness was a great word for 2019. And instituting it with the habit of a grateful journal, I know now that I will continue that practice into 2020 and beyond because it's done that much for my life. I recommend that to anyone, to start a grateful journal. And so in 2020. The one word I'm choosing is all because of this book right here called The Miracle Morning. It's by Hal Elrod. I read they have like a million billion versions of this book. It's kind of like, you know, Chicken Soup for the Soul became Chicken Soup for the Teenage Soul, Chicken Soup for the Teacher Soul, you know. So there's the Miracle Morning for the entrepreneurs, Miracle Morning for the whomever. So I started with the Miracle Morning for the entrepreneurs, and it also, so that is Hal Elrod paired with a guy named Cameron, who is the owner of 1-800-GOT-JUNK. And so a big chunk of the book is dedicated to entrepreneurship and small business and that kind of thing, which was fine. But I feel like this original version probably has more of the heartfelt story that I was looking for. So I'm going to read this original one, but I already know how to do the Miracle Mornings, and it's based off of an acronym called SAVERS, Life Savers. And the acronym stands for stillness, affirmations, vision, exercise, reading, and scribing. SAVERS. And in a pinch, you can do it in just 6 minutes in the morning, but ideally it's like an hour. My ideal morning is more like an hour and a half-ish when I can spare the time. And I did this for a month in the summer, and it was awesome. So I already know, I've already proven it to myself. If I do this, I'm going to have awesome days, awesome months, awesome years. So I really want to institute the habit of a miracle morning. So my word for 2020 is miracle. So just like in 2019, I was able to institute the habit of the actual practice of gratitude beyond just saying, of course I'm grateful, you know, the actual practice of gratitude, and really keeping a specific journal every day of at least 3 things I'm specifically grateful for each day was awesome. And so likewise, I expect to institute that habit of a miracle morning by using that word miracle and making that my focus in 2020. It's gonna be a miraculous year. I already know that. I already know it. So that's what's got me already excited. Picking a one word can be so exciting for you. So I would love it, love it, love it, love it, love it if you also chose a one word for your year. And if you do that, please leave it in the comments below. I'm so excited to hear about people's one words. It doesn't have to be a super crazy thing that you have to commit hours and hours thinking about, you know, but you can totally, you know, take a nice morning, meditate about your one word, and then come leave it here in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Very simple. So from my house to yours, cheers and Happy New Year's from ADS, the ADS Agency. It has been a pleasure to serve you here on the ADS Agency YouTube channel. And for those of you listening to this on podcast, also a pleasure to serve you in the listening space of the Apple Podcast world, Google Play, Spotify, all those places. Thank you so much. And in particular, thank you to my YouTube followers, because there are over 700 of you now, and it makes me so happy to know that you care about this channel. And sincerely, it makes my day. When we hit over 700, that just happened this week, I was like, yay, 700. It was super awesome. So I just keep checking my drink to make sure I didn't actually put confetti in my actual drink. If you didn't know, the ADS Agency is very vino friendly, so no problems with champagne here. And again, I wish you a marvelous 2020, a prosperous year, a beautiful year, a miraculous year, a year of gratitude, focus, determination, persistence, whatever one word you choose, consistency, committed, hopeful, all of that. I wish all of it for you and then some, especially for my solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and personal branders. If this is your first time here, please do consider subscribing to this channel. The link is below. You just hit subscribe, and you also want to make sure you click the little bell afterwards. A little bell will pop up, and that's so you can get notifications of these videos. So We want to make sure we see you here every Tuesday when these videos come out. Generally, sometimes they're on Wednesdays, but generally every Tuesday, definitely every week. And be sure to follow us on social media wherever you are. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, all those places. Just search for The ADS Agency, THEADS Agency. And we'd be so excited to have you there. Cheers, Happy New Year's, and see you soon.